Now, from doctors and nurses to police officers, these are the frontline fighters battling the coronavirus for Singapore. You can now show your support for them by writing a note of thanks on the Straits Times tribute wall. The tributes have been pouring in, so join the rest of Singapore in posting your message at the link below. Now, Singaporeans continue to look for practical ways to step up during the coronavirus outbreak, either by raising funds, using tech tools to distribute masks, or packing food packs for needy households. Let's find out more with Straits Times live journalist Anjali Raguraman. Hi, Anjali.
Hi, Dylan.
Now, Anjali, give us some examples of these ground-up initiatives. I understand that you've spoken to a few organizations.
Yeah, so let's start with Food from the Heart. It's an organization that's been around since 2003, but in recent weeks, they have had to resort to putting out a call for volunteers for their food packing, because they typically put together around 6,500 packs of food a month. But in the wake of DOS Gone Orange, they saw a sharp dip in the number of volunteers. So they put out a call on Facebook, and in the past few weeks they've managed to get ample numbers of people, and everyone from housewives to civil servants to like the Team Nila volunteers from Sports Singapore to come down and help with packing for people who are desperately in need of food on the regular. So.
Now, Anjali, Singapore. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Please go on.
No, there was another one. So there's also this organization called Refresh Flowers. So typically they take wedding bouquets and repurpose them for hospice care workers. But in recent weeks, they had this drive after Valentine's Day where they got bouquets that people weren't going to use anymore, and they repurposed them for frontline healthcare workers at Tan Tock Seng Hospital and Ipswich. Yeah.
Wow. Now, Anjali, Singapore has been battling this outbreak for about a month now. Is there a fear that the response to these efforts will be short-lived? And if so, how can organizations plan for more long-term support?
Okay, so in the case of Food from the Heart again, they are anticipating that, everyone is anticipating that this crisis is going to last for a few more months. So they agree that they're going to feel the strain in the second quarter as well, because people are going to take a wait-and-see approach, and they're quite limited in how they can put out a call via schools and stuff for people to donate. But they're hoping that people will still come forward and volunteer, as well as, I think the best way to do it would be to follow them on Facebook at Food from the Heart, because that's where they put out the calls usually. Yeah.
Now, speaking of volunteering, for our viewers looking to do their part, what are the best things or ways that they can contribute?
Okay. Actually, there's this thing called the Majority Trust. It's a homegrown philanthropic organization they've noticed that people are stepping up, regular everyday Singaporeans are stepping up, and they want to help fund these efforts. So those who want to apply for their efforts for the frontline healthcare workers, for instance, can apply via Majority SG/SG Strong, and they'll receive funding of up to $5,000 per project, or something that covers 80% of their project costs. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Anjali. That was, of course, Straits Times live journalist Anjali Raguraman. Now, to read her full story, do visit our website. Now, and those were the top stories for today. Keep up to date with news in Singapore and around the world at straitstimes.com. And I'm Dylan Ang. See you next Monday for more stories on The Big Story. Have a great week.